Johannes Brahms spent nearly 20 years in a soul-searching struggle to compose his first symphony. With that behind him, the great Germanic Romantic composer created his sunny and serene Symphony No. 2 while on a summer vacation. Antonín Dvořák was living in New York City when he composed his Cello Concerto. Widely regarded as the most beautiful ever written for the instrument, it features the brilliant cellist Johannes Moser, a laureate of the International Tchaikovsky Competition, as soloist. Opening the program is a work by Amanda Harberg, an American composer acclaimed for her beautiful music. Amanda Harberg was born in 1973 in Philadelphia. In 1978, at 5 years old, Harberg attended the Philadelphia Orchestra's outdoor performance of Tchaikovsky's Pathétique. A thunderstorm erupted during the performance, and the force of the orchestra, accompanied by thunder and lightning, surrounded Harberg in golden pillars of sound. She then realized that music would be a defining element in her life. Harberg went on to receive her bachelor's and master's degree from the Juilliard School, studying composition under Stephen Albert and David Diamond, and piano under George Sandor. She earned her PhD from Rutgers University in 2019, where she now teaches composition and spends her summers teaching at the Interlochen Arts Camp. In 2015, she began composing Soloist, the title of which refers to the golden sun-like brilliance communicated in the work's climax. Antonín Dvořák was born in 1841 in Bohemia, now Czechia. By the time he turned 50, he was revered as the preeminent Czech composer. He was persuaded to serve as director of the National Conservatory in New York, where he served from 1892 to 1895. During his time there, Dvořák composed such masterworks as his string quartet in F major, his symphony from the New World, and his cello concerto. His sister-in-law Josefina's health began declining while the Dvořáks were in New York, and she passed away a month after they returned to Prague. He worked a tribute to the dying Josefina into his cello concerto by incorporating into the slow movement a quotation from his song Lasst mich allein, which his biographer maintained was a particular favorite of Josefina's. Dvořák played through the piece in August of 1895 with close friend Janusz Vihan, an eminent cellist and the work's dedicatee. Vihan suggested a few small alterations which Dvořák accepted, but when he pitched the idea of inserting a large-scale solo cadenza in the finale, Dvořák was opposed. He wrote to his publisher, "I shall only give you my work if you promise not to allow anybody to make any changes, my friend Vihan included." Feathers were apparently ruffled enough that Dvořák enlisted a different cellist, Leo Stern, for the premiere. However, within a few years, Vihan began performing the piece too, with no cadenza. Johannes Brahms was born in 1833 in Germany. Brahms did much of his best work during his vacations. He spent the summer of 1877, during which he completed his second symphony, in the Austrian port town of Portschach. The area being new to him that summer, Brahms wrote in a letter to the critic Edward Hanslick that there were so many melodies flying about that you must be careful not to tread on any. He returned to the same spot the following 2 summers to write his violin concerto and G major violin sonata, respectively. From the beginning, Brahms' second symphony was viewed as a landscape symphony. It is all blue sky, babbling of streams, sunshine, and cool green shade, wrote Brahms' friend Theodor Billroth. Later commentators have added many a point to the discussion, but the general idea remains, and overall, the second symphony is accepted as a sort of nature ideal. But it is also important to remark that this is, after all, a large-scale work by Brahms, and that in itself mandates that it will not be simplistic in its emotional stance.